1974 final, 1978 final, 2010 final, 3 World Cup finals, 0 trophies. How is that even possible? Because this isn't the story of a bad team. This isn't even the story of a good team. This is the story of a team that changed football forever, without ever winning football's biggest prize. For over 50 years, one country has repeatedly produced some of the greatest players the world has ever seen. They invented tactics, they inspired generations, they terrified opponents. And yet, every single time they got close, something went horribly wrong. Some fans even believe they're cursed, because no other country in football history has suffered more World Cup heartbreak than the Netherlands. And here's the crazy part. Many football experts genuinely believe they are the greatest national team to never win a World Cup. But how did a tiny country with just 18 million people become one of football's biggest giants and still fail every single time? Because once you hear their story, you'll understand why this might be football's greatest tragedy. In the early 1970s, the Netherlands did something nobody had ever seen before. They reinvented football. The mastermind behind this revolution was coach Rinus Michels and one genius named Johan Cruyff. Together, they created something called total football, a system so revolutionary, it changed football forever. Imagine watching defenders suddenly become attackers, attackers becoming midfielders, midfielders becoming defenders. Every player could play everywhere. No positions, no limits, pure chaos. For opponents, it was a nightmare. Nobody knew who to mark. Nobody knew where to stand. And suddenly, the Netherlands became unstoppable. Europe had never seen anything like it. Football itself was evolving before everyone's eyes, and the world was about to witness something extraordinary. The Netherlands arrived in West Germany as football's ultimate super team. They destroyed everyone. Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay. Every opponent looked helpless. Then came the final, West Germany, their own backyard. And something unbelievable happened. The Dutch scored before Germany even touched the ball. Yes, before Germany completed a single pass. The Netherlands were already winning. Cruyff danced through defenders, penalty, goal, 1-0. The world thought it was over. Commentators were already celebrating. The greatest football team ever assembled had finally arrived. But then, everything collapsed. West Germany stayed calm. They fought back. 1 goal, then another, 2-1. The Netherlands were stunned. Millions sat in silence. Football's greatest revolutionaries had lost, and nobody could believe it. But little did they know, the pain was only beginning. 4 years later, the Dutch were back. Another final, another opportunity. But this time, something was missing. Johan Cruyff wasn't there. For years, people believed he skipped the tournament because of politics. But decades later, the truth emerged. Cruyff had survived an attempted kidnapping. He chose his family over football. Without their greatest player, the Netherlands still somehow reached another final, against Argentina, in Argentina, inside one of the most hostile stadiums ever seen. And in the final seconds, they almost won it. The ball hit the post, just centimeters away from immortality. Instead, Argentina scored in extra time. Then again, 3-1, another heartbreak, another final lost, and now, people were beginning to wonder, were they cursed? The next 30 years became a cycle of pain. Every generation produced legends. Marco van Basten, Dennis Bergkamp, Edgar Davids, Patrick Kluivert, Arjen Robben, Robin van Persie, Wesley Sneijder. The talent never stopped, but the trophies never arrived. Bergkamp scored one of the greatest goals ever. Then they lost on penalties. Year after year, the same story repeated itself. And by now, the curse felt real. Then came 2010, their greatest opportunity in decades. July 11th, 2010, Johannesburg, 90,000 fans watching, billions worldwide. This was it. Their chance, their destiny, the Netherlands versus Spain. And then, it happened. Arjen Robben was through on goal, 1-on-1. Just him and the goalkeeper. The entire country held its breath. Score this. And the Netherlands become world champions. Robben shoots, Casillas saves, everything changed. 120 minutes later, Andres Iniesta scored. Spain won. The Netherlands collapsed. Players fell to the ground. Some cried, some stared into nothingness. Another generation destroyed, another dream gone. 3 finals, 3 failures. Football can be unbelievably cruel. But here's what makes this story incredible. Despite all the heartbreak, football would not look the same without them. They invented total football. They inspired Pep Guardiola. They influenced Barcelona. They changed how the entire world plays. And somehow, a tiny country of just 18 million people keeps producing superstars. Again and again and again. The Netherlands may not have a World Cup, but they own something even bigger, a legacy, one that changed football forever. But now, there's a new generation, and many Dutch fans are asking the same question they've asked for over 50 years. Could 2026 finally be their year? Because this team looks different. The Netherlands no longer rely on one superstar. Instead, they're building something much more dangerous, a complete team. At the back, there's one of the world's best defenders, Captain Virgil van Dijk, a player who brings experience, leadership, and calmness under pressure. Then there's a new wave of exciting talent, because every Dutch player understands one thing. They are not just representing a country, they're carrying 50 years of unfinished business, and maybe that's exactly what makes them dangerous. Maybe one day, the curse will finally end. Maybe one day, orange confetti will finally fall from the sky. Maybe one day, football's greatest unfinished story will finally get its ending. But until then, the Netherlands remain, football's greatest team to never win the World Cup, and perhaps the greatest tragedy football has ever seen? But what do you think? Are the Netherlands truly the greatest team to never win the World Cup? Or does another nation deserve that title? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more football stories, rankings, World Cup history, and the greatest moments the beautiful game has ever produced. Until next time, keep the football passion alive, and I'll see you in the next video.